Hello ladies and gents, Jack Dragonfly back once again, and oh baby is it cold outside. Freezing temperatures is definitely something I can do without. Which is a bit of a problem when one of the most famous eras in prehistory is known as the Ice Age. Though, let's clear something up. People often use the term Ice Age to refer to the entire time period between the extinction of the dinosaurs and the modern day. In reality, this time period is known as the Cenozoic era, and is made up of 7 smaller divisions called epochs. And these function similar to the time periods, the Triassic, the Jurassic, and the Cretaceous during the time of the dinosaurs. Now there have actually been 5 different ice ages, with the most famous one being the one during the Pleistocene epoch. This is when famous beasts like mammoths and saber-toothed cats ruled the roost. But the Cenozoic has played host to a whole number of strange beasts. After all, we are talking about 64 million years of evolution. And today, I thought we'd take a look at some of the creatures that I don't think get enough attention. So let's dive on in, as I present to you my top 10 Cenozoic mammals. Number 10. Eohippus. Now we're all familiar with horses, but did you ever stop to think about where they came from? Well, let me introduce you to Eohippus, currently the oldest known member of the equine family that lived in North America around 50 million years ago. It was a cute little critter, only growing to around 12 inches at the shoulder. It also had 4 toes on its front feet and 3 in the back, while modern day horses have hooves on a single toe. Number 9. The short-faced bear. Well, let's clear something up first. There are actually 2 famous bears from the Ice Age. The cave bear, Ursus spelaeus, was a small, mostly herbivorous bear from Eurasia, closely related to modern-day brown bears. But the one I'm talking about is Arctodus, aka the giant short-faced bear, considered to have been the largest of all bears, reaching 12 feet tall on its hind legs and weighing an average of 1,300 pounds. And not only were they big, but they were powerful runners with long legs letting them chase down prey like horses and deer. And the short-faced bear lived in North America around 12,000 years ago, with its only modern relative being the South American spectacled bear. Number 8. Paraceratherium. Now this one's a biggin. Paraceratherium is believed to have been the largest land mammal, weighing around 15 tons and reaching 15 foot tall at the shoulder, taller than modern-day African elephants, who only get to around 13 feet high at max. Now Paraceratherium was originally known as Indricotherium, after the mythological Indric beast, but its current name means near-horned beast. This is because despite looking like a cross between an elephant and a giraffe, it is actually a member of the rhino family, and like other rhinos, it is a vegetarian that ate mostly leaves. Now Paraceratherium lived in Eurasia between 34 and 23 million years ago. Number 7. Castorides, the giant beaver. Yes, you heard me right, it's a giant beaver. Some jokes just write themselves. And these colossal rodents lived in North America during the Pleistocene era, and grew to around 7 feet long, similar to a modern-day black bear. And, like modern beavers, it had large incisor teeth, and webbed feet for spending time underwater. However, it's generally believed that they did not have the big paddle-like tail you see in modern beavers, meaning it might have looked more like a giant muskrat than anything else. Number 6. Andrewsarchus. Now this beast has a long, complicated history. After being discovered in 1923, it was named after Roy Chapman Andrews, an explorer and the director of the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. It was originally believed to be a mesonychid, which are a group of strange, carnivorous, hoofed mammals. As a result, most depictions of Andrewsarchus would have it looking something like this. Recently, In 2023, however, it was found that Andrewsarchus was actually a distant relative of the entelodonts, also known as terminator pigs, a group of omnivorous mammals closely related to hippos and whales. Meaning in reality, it would have looked something more like this. Now that's what I call an extreme makeover. Number 5. Uintatherium. Now this guy looks like something out of a Star Wars movie. Now, Uintatherium means based from Uinta, in reference to the Uinta Mountains of Utah, where the fossils were first discovered in 1870. Now, despite its appearance, Uintatherium is not related to the modern rhinoceros, and its 6 horns are rounded and knob-like, similar to the ossicones found on the giraffe. It belonged to a group of herbivorous mammals called Dinoceratons, which means the terrible horns. The exact position of this family in the evolutionary tree is still being debated, with some believing they may even be related to elephants, rodents, or even rabbits. We might never know. Number 4. Doedicarus. Now this creature is a relative of the modern-day armadillo, but grew much larger, around 12 feet long, and nearly weighing a ton or more. It was a vegetarian from South America during the Pleistocene, and it had a thick bony shell to protect itself from predators. But unlike the modern armadillos, it came armed with a powerful spiky tail club, like the dinosaur Ankylosaurus. Now it's been estimated that Doedicarus could swing this club at 25 miles an hour, enough to cause serious injury to any predator dumb enough to try. Number 3. Odobenocetops. This whale's name is a mixture of Greek and Latin, and it basically translates to the whale that seems to walk on its teeth. And from this picture, you can probably tell why. Like a modern walrus, Odobenocetops have these twin tusks. The females have small, symmetrical tusks, while the males have one tusk that's way longer than the other, which may have been used for self-defense or jousting between males. Now, aside from these tusks, Odobenocetops was actually toothless, and most likely used suction feeding to catch mollusks and clams. It was also quite small for a whale, only reaching about 14 feet in length. Number 2. Platybelodon. I know, right? You look at this thing and you just want to laugh. It looks like the unfortunate love child of Goofy and an elephant who had way too much to drink. Now, Platybelodon was a rhino-sized relative of modern elephants that lived in the Miocene era of Asia and Africa. It had an extended lower jaw with those big buck teeth, which some scientists believe were used to slice through coarse plant material and tree bark. It was also not the only one of its kind, as it belonged to Amebelodontidae, a family of elephant relatives known as the shovel-tuskers. Now, before I unveil my top pick, let's go through some honorable mentions. Macrauchenia, the llama with a nose job. Bison latifrons, the buffalo who is clearly compensating for something. Gigantopithecus, the giant orangutan. Procoptodon, the short-faced kangaroo. Dire wolves, as if regular wolves weren't bad enough. The cave hyena. And yes, there is also a cave lion. And my number 1 Cenozoic mammal is... the ground sloths. To be honest, there were so many cool sloths that I decided to just put them all in the same category. Of course, the most famous extinct sloth is Megatherium, whose name literally means the giant beast. And these titans lived 12,000 years ago and grew to around the size of an elephant. Also, there is a common misconception that Sid the Sloth from Ice Age is a Megatherium. However, if he was, he would be as big as Manny, and he could backhand Diego into next Thursday. It's way more likely that he is a Megalonyx, a small type of ground sloth from North America, whose name means the big claw. And this is on brand, as giant anteaters, a relative of modern-day sloths, have powerful claws that they use to break into termite mounds, which can be strong as cement, and are even capable of killing a jaguar, the third largest big cat, with a single swipe. And heck, we haven't even gotten to Thalassocnus, the sea sloth. That's right, this 8 to 10 foot sloth spends the majority of its time in the water, feeding on seagrass. Sadly though, all these sloths died out by the end of the Pleistocene, leaving us with just the slower-than-molasses tree sloths we have today. Whoa, okay. Looks like a blizzard's starting to roll in. Yeah, I still don't like cold temps, but seeing these beautiful creatures might just be worth it. Okay, I need to get inside. Whew. Anyway, don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe and all that good stuff for more content from the VentureWorld channel. And of course I will see all of you guys next time.